Time to check in with CoinDesk Global Policy and Regulation Managing Editor Nick Day, who's also the editor of CoinDesk's The State of Crypto newsletter. All right, Nick. So Russia has attacked Ukraine. U.S. President Joe Biden, he was right all along. Attack was imminent, and here it is today. He said that this will lead to a catastrophic loss of life, and he is promising severe sanctions. What do we know so far?
Good morning. Yeah, so earlier this week, the U.S. unveiled a number of sanctions, but they were pretty targeted at certain Russian entities, including VEB, a major bank. It's a development bank, rather. What it seems like is going to happen now is we're going to see an expanded slate of sanctions that are going to further target Russian banks and oligarchs. So, we might see, for example, property belonging to Russian officials be put on the sanctions list. The key thing here does seem to be that these are going to be targeted towards Russian officials or oligarchs. It's not going to be, we don't yet see any sign that it's going to be a broad, cut Russia off from SWIFT or just, sanction the entire country at this point. So the administration does seem to be kind of focused on, targeting the leadership in Russia. And we're also seeing sanctions from a number of other countries and blocs, the European Union, South Korea, Japan, Canada. They have all announced sanctions of their own that are either going to be implemented in the coming days or have already been invoked.
Nick, just to turn the topic for a moment, there were expectations that Biden was actually going to release this big executive order on crypto. Obviously, that's been overtaken by more urgent events. I'm just wondering if you have any intel on this. Just haven't heard anything. Do you think this executive order is just going to be postponed indefinitely while Biden deals with more pressing matters?
So I haven't heard anything this week, but last week when news of this executive order was circulating again, the word was that, the Ukraine situation would put this on the back burner. Unclear how long. It doesn't seem like this is going to be an indefinite postponement, rather probably a couple of weeks or a month or two before this is, signed and sealed and delivered.
Is there any further information on what NATO allies are doing and, how those conversations are going and how they will be addressing this crisis? And I understand as well that there are some U.S. troops positioned in Poland. They're accepting Ukrainian refugees. Do we know anything further?
So there's, I guess, two fronts here. One is the sanctions side that we've already discussed. The other is we are seeing a number of NATO allies discuss military options, including whether they should be defensive or if they should deploy troops or aircraft, ships to the front lines. And we're seeing, for example, a handful of U.S. fighter jets, F-35s, have been deployed to forward locations out of Germany. We've seen military aircraft. We've seen the militaries of a number of countries, kind of get on a heightened alert status. So, whether that's indicative of any imminent action or not is unclear. But, certainly these countries are looking at military options. If for no other reason, then this is a, massive act of aggression, and these countries are all going to want to make sure that they can defend themselves should they need to.